Hey guys, it's Alex here, and I'm back with my journey around the world. And my God, have I been on a journey since I last updated you. As you can see, I'm here with Athletico, but let me just take you through what happened after I left. Well, when I last left you with Leon. Um, if I show you their squad and then their fixtures from last year. We played our last two games versus Chivas, and we both lost 2-1. Lost 2-1 away, which wasn't too bad. Then Castillo got sent off within one of the first minutes, so he lost that 2-1. Went out in the semi-final. I think Chivas went on to win it. Um, so yeah, that was us out of that. So I decided to resign. But almost immediately, like as I was about to resign, I actually got a job offer, and it was from Newcastle. Um, yeah. So if I show you um, where they finished last year, they finished seventh last year. So they qualified for Europa League. So I decided to take over there in May actually. So transfers wise, oh no, that's transfers for them, for Atletico. Transfers for Newcastle. I did quite a lot of transfers. I sold some players. Jure Zakore, he was very old on a big wage. He left. One of the big sort of signings I let go was Ezekiel Matos to Juventus, a 24-year-old striker who he isn't the best to be fair, and he was getting a bit annoyed because we didn't have Champions League, so I decided to let him go. 41 million, great take there, and then Hamdoui for 7 million to Lazio, an aging Moroccan. So then I decided to bring in quite a few. We spent and sort of get spent and sold probably about the same amount. We brought in probably the signing of our window, Rocker, from Ajax for 5.5 million. Look at those stats. He's worth 18.5 million for them now. He actually won European Golden Boy, which is pretty cool. Where is it? Yeah, European Golden Boy, which is pretty amazing. Alexis Molina for 3 million from Ajax also. I kind of raided Holland. Lee Jong-in from PSV for 6.75. Great South Korean centre back. Montes Dioca, a Venezuelan centre back slash centre mid, very good. Dario Canelo from Velez for 7.5 million. Great left back and right back. He was our starting right back. Then the last manager signed Ayovi on a free, pretty bad goalkeeper. So I brought in another goalkeeper on a free, Bernat Garcia, French from Lyon. Then we also brought in Fabian Delfino from Lanús on a free, who's a backup right winger. John Gonzalez, from PSV, 10 million, Venezuelan striker, 19 finishing, 16 heading, 16 long shots. Didn't play too well for us though, which is quite annoying. And then finally, Loic Blondu, 13.75 from Dynamo Kiev, from Tekimid right, 20-year-old Frenchman. So it's pretty good there. If I take you through basically the fixtures, I took over from the start. Some friendlies, blah blah. Had our Euro qualification. We beat Vaduz from Switzerland 3-0, and then 3-0. We lost our opening game 5-2 to Chelsea, which wasn't the best start. We actually went 2-0 down, and then we brought it back to 2-0. 2-2, and then they scored another. Kuram Webster for Chelsea. He is ridiculous. He scored so many for them this year. But yeah, it wasn't the best start to my career. But we did sort of bring that back with a 3-0 win over Aberdeen in the Euro playoff. 4-1 versus Bournemouth, who were in the Premier League. 6-0 at home to Aberdeen as well. Then we went on a good run. Watford was 2-1 away. West Ham 1-0. Had Marseille in our Europa League group. Won 2-1 away, which is pretty good. Crawford and Kumagi. Japanese striker. I say the thing is though, you won't know any of these players now because I know all of them because I've been there for like 7 months, but you guys know none of them. But that's yeah. Then we beat Nottingham Forest 1-0. Tsitsivis with a goal, a Greek attacking mid. Yeah. Then we had Chelsea in the Capital One Cup third round, lost 3-1 away. Lucic Janic with a goal there. He was a good attacking mid for us also. Scored quite a few goals. 0-0 versus Fulham. PAOK in the Europa League was a 3-0 win. Um, Rocco getting another goal there. Lost 2-1 to Stoke, unfortunately, but then brought it back against Birmingham 2-1. Then we had Barte for our last sort of team in the group. 3-1. Jay Prozza, a centre back slash left back. Um, Alan Crawford and Kumagi with the goals there. Tottenham was 4-1, which is quite surprising. Rocco with two. Barry Ward, a Scottish attacking mid there with the goal. Man United was 1-1. This goal we actually scored in the last minute there. Look at that, 94th minute. Even though there's 2 minutes added time, we got one in the 94th, so they weren't too happy about that. One against Barte, 1-0. Rocca with the goal. QPR was 2-1. Tzipsis and Rocca. Southampton was 3-1. Rocca with two. Blondu with one. Marseille won 3-0 at home. Amisador, who is a great left back slash left wing back slash anywhere on the left, one of the star players for the club. And then Lusa Janic and Kumagi. 3-1 versus Sheffield United. 0-0 versus Liverpool. 1-1 with Hull. 1-1 with POK for the last group game, which so put us top of the group. And then Marseille second, which was very good for us there. 1-0 versus Arsenal, which was a good result. 5-4 against Reading away. Crazy game. We went 2-0 up. Actually, Rabbi was there. The player I played with Flamengo, went to them for 17.25. He scored, and then Prozza scored to make it 2-0. Then they scored 3 to make it 3-2. And then we made it 3-3 at half time. Then we made it 5-3. And then they made it 5-4. And then, yeah, highest scoring Premier League game I think that was. And then a 2-1 result against Aston Villa. And that was actually my last game with the club. Afterwards, Paul Lambert's taken over. They've done okay. I left them when they were in fourth. They are still in fourth, doing pretty well actually. Man City below them on 43 points, but they do have 4 games in hand. Look at Arsenal. They were, when I left them, they were down here, which is crazy. Chelsea top, then Man U, Liverpool, Newcastle there, which is pretty good to see. But yeah, so basically, I was linked with the Inter job first off. So Italy, Serie A, Inter, they were sort of down here. So I said I might be interested, but they didn't accept me. They actually signed Diego Simeone as their manager, who was from Atletico. So I saw that come available, and they didn't sort of do the whole interest thing, so I applied for it because I thought might as well go for it. And they were actually flattered by my interest and then gave me the job. So if we look at that, I've only spent 2026 in Newcastle. Achievements wise, I left them on Boxing Day to come to Athletico. Atletico, much more finances, richer, much better players, better league position, and hope for the league. Generally, just great overall. I haven't done anything with signings, but as you can see, they have signed an old player of mine, David, from Atletico Paranaense, who signed them from Flamengo, which is pretty cool to see. They actually just sold Kurt Zuma. Wow. But yeah, this guy actually came in just January. Oliver Rossini, Swiss international. But yeah, so I took over after this game. So I've done pretty well. I haven't lost the game so far. We beat Zaragoza 3-0. Beat Athletic Bilbao 5-0 in the Spanish Cup. 1-0 against Valladolid. 2-1 against Athletic Bilbao. 1-1 versus Valencia. 2-2 versus Granada in the Spanish Cup quarter-final. 3-0 versus Real Betis. 1-1 versus Granada. 2-1 versus Sporting. So, if I take you through the team generally, this is the team. We have a great goalkeeper. Like, look at this kid. This is one of the best regens I've seen on this save. He is a 21-year-old Spanish goalkeeper. But look at the stats. Look, it's just crazy how good he is. And what's better, he's getting tutored by Marc-Andre ter Stegen. So, I don't know what else you could ask for there. We got Mauricio Ayer, a right back, a great Argentinian right back. Omar Svarfason, who's an Icelandic centre back, which is pretty cool to see. Rene Pastel, definitely one of the club's best players. Right back slash centre back, French, great player, 50 million. Yeah. Then left back, we have someone who's injured at the moment, but in the backup, like we need to bring in a new left back, I think. But then we got sort of Mark Romer, who's a Danish centre mid, but he's not a starting one. Schroeder is a starting centre mid though, the Dutch centre mid, pretty good. Nielsen, we got a Norwegian. We're doing pretty well with like sort of Scandinavia up northern Europe sort of thing, like with Iceland included in that. Um, Olive, who's a good attacking mid. Rossini, who came in, he's done very well since he's come in. 5 goals in 2 starts, 6 sub appearances. Got a great Russian striker called Zainitinov. Yeah, and then we got sort of Castilla, Biffy, who's a good Italian centre back. Alejandro Garcia, he is the captain. He is the main man for the team. Striker slash like left wing. I play him. 28-year-old Argentinian. He's got 18 goals so far this season. Pretty good. Along with Guillermo Fernandez, who's a great striker as well. Arsenal actually interested in him. Also got a Saudi Arabian striker as well. And then we got some good youth, sort of like Matteo Carla, good left back. Carlos, who's actually our starting centre mid, but he got injured. But he's just coming back now. But yeah, we got a good team actually, really good team, which is pretty cool compared to Newcastle's in essence. But actually, yeah, you'll show the league now. So we sit in second. We started in third, and basically every week so far we've got the same results, all three of us, based practically. And just this week, Real Madrid drew instead of winning, so we jumped above them. Um, and we're 2 points behind Barca. So yeah, but look at that. Barca at home is our next home game, so, or league game. So if we beat them, we're in pole position for the league. Because yeah, we're miles above anyone else, but it's basically a three-horse race. And if we can do that, we are on track to win the Liga BBVA in our first sort of 6 months of the club. Also, in the Spanish Cup semi-final versus Espanyol, and also playing Marseille again. We're in the Europa League first knockout round, and actually, in the second knockout round, we could face our former club. It's Newcastle or Wolfsburg versus Marseille Athletico. So if we get through and Newcastle get through, I'll be up against my former club. Um, I really did want to bring Rocker with me. Like he is just ridiculous for them. Where is he? Look at it. Yeah, I've scouted him. He's a great player. He's only 20 as well. He's worth nearly 20 million now. He's insane. He's classified as a wonder kid. So yeah. Um, but yeah, that's what I wanted to update you on really. Um, didn't actually win anything with Newcastle. Um, but I feel like I did very well for them for what they were. They set seventh. I left them in the fourth. Brought in a wonder kid for them. I feel like I left them in a better place than them when they were. They were in a bit of debt actually, so that's why I wanted to leave as well. We're in a bit of debt here actually, 30 million in debt, but we should bring it back. With sort of that transfer basically sort of killed it, but we'll bring it back towards the end of the season. So that'll be all right there. But if we want, especially if we win the league. But yeah, so we got all of this to go through. I'll probably be back if we have a final or something. Um, Otherwise, I hope you guys enjoyed this. It's been Axe, and I'll see you guys later.